and welcome back to my channel. So this video I'm going to be talking about brushes. Pretty much just the brush essentials for every girl. So for me, when I started out doing makeup, I had absolutely no idea what brushes were. I literally just used my fingers and the little sponge applicators that came in the palettes. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if you're wondering why your makeup is not as full coverage as it should be, or it's not lasting, if you can never get your eyeshadow to turn out like people that you see on YouTube or in pictures, it's about the brushes. It's all about the brushes. So for the typical everyday girl, or just the person who is going to be doing one look kind of every day, or somebody who's just not actively using several different brushes or using or applying makeup on different people on the daily, this video is for you. Hubs is joining. Anyways, so these are pretty much the brushes that I'm going to be talking about, and not these really exact ones, just the style of them and how they apply and what they're used for. This brush is pretty much used for foundation, but if you are just going to have these 5 brushes in your collection, you can double this for concealer. Pretty much what it does is it just applies the product very smoothly and very evenly with an airbrushed finish. Why it's better than your fingers is because when you use your fingers tend to soak up a lot of the product, and when it moves it around, it might have like a patch here and a patch here, but leave this part empty. That's just how it works, and this will help to kind of like press it into the skin to where it stays all day. The Real Techniques Expert Face Brush is I think around $8 at Walmart. I'll just tell you where you can find it for what prices, and it is a really nice affordable brush that does the same exact thing. It's just going to really apply your foundation flawlessly, and I think it is a staple in every person's makeup collection to have a nice brush to apply their foundation with. And number 2 is a powder brush. This is the number 101 Luxe Face Diviner by Zoeva. Typically a powder brush is just used to apply powder all over to your face, like a translucent powder, or if you have like a foundation, a powder foundation, you would apply this and just use that for your powder only. But if you are only going to have these 5 brushes, then this little sucker right here can double as your blush, your contour, and your highlight. Now granted, you might need to dust it off and clean it off in between, otherwise you might have like contour for your highlight on accident, if that might happen. But there is no shame in your game if you multi-purpose makeup brush, you know what I mean? If you don't have the money to buy all these tens of thousands brushes that are in the world, just get you a single powder brush and use it for whatever you can. Like whatever you think it will work for, do it. The main product line, like drugstore wise, for brushes that I recommend is the Real Techniques one, but if you can't afford their like kits and stuff or of their brushes, then go to e.l.f. By all means, go to the e.l.f. brush sets. I think they just came out with some. I think they're like $6 a piece for the like higher quality ones, but then they've got some $3 brushes, some $4 brushes, and they've even got a line of $1 brushes. You see any of those that you think that would benefit you, get them, because if you're just using this for yourself every day, get it. Okay, next is a blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 101. It's just a nice little fluffy blending brush, and these are kind of hard to come by. They used to not have them anywhere at like the drugstore and everything. So I know e.l.f. has one now. I think it's actually called a concealer brush, but it's big and fluffy like this. So if you see any kind of big fluffy brush like this, get it, because blending will save your life when it comes to your eyeshadow. Now what a blending brush does is it's going to take your makeup and apply it in a very flawless manner. It's not going to pack anything on. It's almost going to apply kind of patchy, if that makes sense. So it's going to take a product and it's going to like dust it around, and it's going to blend it out to where there's no harsh lines. It's not just a straight even thing, and it's not going to apply it too heavy. So you can go in and you can build it up and you can get it to the color and the consistency that you want it. So it's great for in the crease. So if you are the girl who's looking at all these Instagram pictures or just looking at people in general and like, how do they get their eyeshadow like that? Blending brush. Super simple. You need one. You need a blending brush. The next thing I definitely recommend is just a flat shader brush. This is just a simple BH Cosmetics little flat shader brush. e.l.f. has one. I also think it's called a concealer brush, and they've also got like a C-shaped brush, which it's kind of the same thing. This is what the 2 brushes look like on their own. This one is more of like a synthetic kind of hair, and this one is almost more of a natural kind of hair brush. And so you can see the difference. This one right here is just going to pack the product on and make it a lot more vibrant, and this one's just going to kind of sweep it on. It's going to make a shimmery shade less in your face and like not have so much of a fulled look. So this one is really great for loose pigments and things like that, whereas this one's great for just like an all over the eyeshadow if you just want to use it. They're both fine. Just any kind of eyeshadow brush that you can use all over your lid to pack on the color is going to help you so much if you are trying to create a nice look on your eyelid. And last but not least, this is just an angled brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 107, and it's just a little angled brush. You can see it right there. And I love to use this for my eyebrows. It's really nice to fill in the eyebrows. It makes a nice precise line. And you can also go in and add some shadow to your lids. If you want to get really close to your lash line, you can go in. If you don't like to use eyeliner because it's too harsh, you can go in with a black eyeshadow, a brown eyeshadow with this right here and smoke it out and make it look really pretty. It's just a nice precise brush that you can do two things with, but it really does help with the eyebrows. So anyways, that's my video on brushes. It's very simple, but I feel like, you know, you get on YouTube and you see brush videos and they're all about this Morphe line, Sigma line, and they're fine too, but it can be kind of stressful for just the everyday girl because you go on there and they've got so many different brush lines, they've got so many different brush tops, and you're like, what do I use that for? Why do I need that? Do I need this $15 brush? Do I need the $8 brush? You know what I mean? So if you're just the girl who is just wanting to make your makeup last a little bit longer and look a little bit better, these brushes are for you. So that was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope you have a great day and God bless.